Now I'm going to take you on a quick guide through samurai boats and how samurai fought at war. I'm doing this in conjunction with some other channels. Working with Tadagenji, Sengoku Studies and the Shogunate, and this month we're going to do naval warfare. Interested in this type of stuff, get yourself a copy of Samurai Arms, Armour and the Tactics of Warfare, link below. Now the Japanese basically have floating fortresses and they come in many different shapes and sizes, and the main idea is to try get them alongside and fight with the others, or to harry with smaller ships while your command larger ship stays at the back. And there are many small types of boat, medium-sized boat and larger boat. There are even shinobi bune or stealth boats to be used. Simple fact is, Japanese samurai naval warfare is one of the most understudied aspects of samurai history, and all samurai enthusiasts should have some basic understanding of it. This video might get a little bit technical, but recently someone said that the quality of this channel has gone down because I've tried to simplify things too much. So for today, let's get it a bit more complex and show you the types of research that's actually done behind the scenes while you guys wait for the next book. There's a small glimpse at the next Book of Samurai book from the Book of Samurai series, and we've got Haku, large ships, Kaisen, cargo and transport vessels, Tei, lighter boats, Tenma, barges, Yutei, reserve craft, and Hashibune, small boats, usually on rivers, things like that. Research that's going on behind the scenes is done like this. This is a photocopy from a modern book on samurai boats, and we're joining this with actual material and densho from the 17th century. And all of these are the numbers which relate to the names and the parts of the ships, of which there are many when you're dealing with Japanese ships. If you thought temple building was complex, you should go into shipbuilding. Document we've been using is Suisen Yoho, and it is translated at the moment, but it's not published. It won't be published for quite some years yet because we have more to translate and more to sort out. But it talks about the parts of the ships, the way to use ships, the formation of ships, etc. Now, for those people who follow my Book of Samurai series, this image is from the Natori Ryu coloured, fully illustrated encyclopedia, and this is the research we've been doing on the boats, on the different parts of the boat, the different parts of the ship, and all the bits we're going to discuss here with you now. So if you look here at number 77 in the top right corner, you can see these are called Tei Nawa, or hand ropes. They're actually the main sheets which control the sail. As you can see, it goes up to the yard arm there, and these are the ones that control how much wind is allowed to be in the sail. But it literally means hand ropes. Here they are again from a different angle, and you can see a much more precise drawing there. But you can see where they come on with their small blocks and pulleys. The interesting part is the sagari, which is actually like the horsehair style rope which hangs off the bow, and which is quite dramatic in sort of the terms of ships, and you don't really see it anywhere else, not that I'm aware of, except for Japanese samurai ships. Or how about the shadatsu, number 52 there at the front, where we can connect and pull up the mast through and put a pulley system on. It's like a strong point at the front for moving the mast, and to use it as a stronghold point for the pulleys to pull off and for men to use to push off. You might see a ship with a roof on it, and this happens in big and small ships, and these are called yakata, and they are roofed ships so that you can defend yourself behind them, and there are gun sally ports to shoot out of. Also, don't forget the basics of samurai warfare, the nobori, which is actually a type of banner. Remember, your lord's banner will be on the back of the ship. Also problems when translating and looking at these things. So look at number 60 on the left there. This actually says shita kanoki, okay? And it actually means basically lower bar that goes through, lower piece of wood. But hold on there. A different system or a different scroll, we found niban kanoki. Okay, so this is the second horizontal bar through the side of the ship. You can see there again, shita kanoki, all right? And that's a bar that goes through the side of the ship. And I'll try and find you a picture. You can see it there, just protruding out. And this obviously is a strong point, which of course the fortifications attach themselves to. And this goes through the uadana, or upper board, upper plate. And you can see that's the bit of the prow there with the little black squares on it. That's the uadana. You can see it again there. Can you see that piece of wood supporting the superstructure? That's what we're talking about. And you see where the boat enters the water? That's called namakiri, the wave cutting section. I won't go on too much, guys, because of course you just become bored of this, all the different names. But the level of research that goes on behind the scenes that you guys don't see is massive. And this is what comes out in the Book of Samurai series. We're not doing the Book of Samurai series at the moment. We've put it on hold just because we've got other things to go along, and we're doing other projects at the minute, because sometimes these things are just too technical for the readers. And this has been a long process to analyze and record all of these. And this is simply half of one of the books. If there's anything I want you to take away from this video, guys, it's that naval ships for the samurai were massive. It was a massive part of samurai warfare. They were literally floating fortresses. They also were not the same size. Samurai ships came in many sizes, and a fleet was designed to be mixed size, and each ship had a different thing to do, with the main larger ship being the focal point of any formation, and samurai ships did have formations. So many times you hear people say how great Japanese carpentry is, how great Japanese wood carpentry is, and they talk about temples, joinery, houses. Nobody ever talks about the amazing ships that the Japanese used, and of course they're based on their Chinese ways. Get yourself the Book of Samurai and get yourself the Book of Samurai series, and remember, guys, just remember, there is a serious amount of research that goes into behind getting these books out to you, and a massive amount of work done behind the scenes by the Japanese, getting all the kanji together and cross-checking it between all the modern books and old scrolls that we can. So enjoy and follow the playlist.